So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hetfi, and in this video I'll be discussing on food groups that you should consider incorporating within your diet to enhance our brain performance. Now this will be in series with my previous videos, so if you haven't watched that video, I would highly recommend you to watch that video where I've discussed some techniques that you should incorporate running up to your exam. But in this video I want to particularly focus on different food groups that you should really focus and consider incorporating within your diet or within your meal plan, so that you're gaining all the nutrients and fibers that you need to enhance your brain performance. A very good question that many students have is whether brain performance is correlated with what you consume or the type of food groups that you are consuming. And the simple answer to that is, to some extent, yes, there is some correlation. As studies have shown, by consuming the adequate amount of nutrients and minerals that our brain requires will, ensure that you reap the most out with better brain performance, better brain function. And that is why I cannot emphasize enough how crucial it is that you do not miss out on your meals. That will not only lead to you feeling a lot more tired, but you'd also feel a lot more lethargic and exhausted from the extensive revision that you are currently doing. So it's very important that you're gaining those nutrients to facilitate not only your physical body and its needs, but also your mind and your brain. So without further ado guys, let's dive right into today's video. So the first food group that I really wanted to focus on, or the first food that I think should be fairly simple for us to incorporate within our diet, is to intake dark chocolate or products that contain cocoa. The reason why cocoa is favourable in this instance is because of its rich flavonoid content that is fairly high by weight in comparison to other food groups that attribute to positive effects to our brain's health. As flavonoids can penetrate across the blood-brain barrier, which is a semi-permeable membrane that protects the brain and can act directly on areas in the brain that control memory or attention. And that is why the consumption of dark chocolate is often considered to be a good thing prior to exams, or in general, to not only elevate your mood but also to boost mental brain performance. Now, research have shown that the consumption of cocoa can not only improve cognitive function and memory, but also reduce the cognitive decline. But I don't necessarily mean milk chocolate or white chocolate in this instance, simply because of their flavonoid content is relatively less than dark chocolate, and that is why it's often the preferred one in comparison to milk chocolate or white chocolate, which studies have again shown. Now, moving to number 2 would be berries, which are rich in various components that protect the brain and our mind, including strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, which are again very rich in flavonoids, in particular anthocyanins. Improves mental performance by ensuring the transport of blood to the brain, but it also protects it from inflammation, as well as enhancing nerve cell pathways and cellular processes that control memory and learning. Berries are again a great source to gain those nutrients that you require. They're relatively easy to gain access to, and you can consume them whilst you're studying as a snack. On number 3 is your citric fruits like oranges and grapefruits. Again, they have been shown to have rich nutritional values, and studies have shown for them to have several health benefits, among which is improvement in brain function. Similar to berries and cocoa, they're rich in flavonoid and promote learning and memory, as they provide antioxidants and anti-inflammatory effects to reduce cell damage. Moving to number 4 is nuts that are packed with nutritional content like vitamin E and zinc. And the best bit about them is their portability, as they are fairly small and convenient to carry and to have as a study snack. Not only do they make you more full and fueled for a longer duration, but they're also very satisfying to consume. So, it's kind of a win-win situation here. So there are several different types of nuts that you could consider consuming, walnuts being one of them. They pose polyphenolic compounds, which is more than what usual nuts contain, as well as omega-3 fatty acids and polyphenolic acid. Together are crucial for the brain function, as well as to counteract oxidative stress as well as inflammation, which are both drivers of cognitive decline. Pistachios, again, as studies have shown, release greater gamma waves. Gamma waves in the brain improve cognitive function, memory, learning. Again, almonds are something that, is needless to say of its positive influence that it has on our memory and our mind. And studies have shown as minimum as 5 almonds could have a positive impact on our mind. So, we can understand the positive nature of nuts. Now, something I should have probably mentioned right at the beginning was that it's completely up to you as to which of these food groups you consider incorporating within your diet, as long as it's suitable for your own self, right? I know individuals have different dietary requirements, dietary needs, allergies, and stuff. So there's a lot of factors you've got to consider. I'm not stating that, you will only gain these nutrients from these subset groups that I'm discussing in this video. There are several others that will have the same or similar influences. I'm simply stating 5 that is very easy and accessible for students to gain and kind of use and incorporate within their diet. In fact, the next one that I was just about to discuss was eggs. Eggs are extremely high in fiber, protein, and eggs tend to be nutritionally dense with vitamin B12. You've got choline as well as selenium is a compound that is extremely impactful for our cognition, coordination, memory, as well as our motor performance. So it's definitely something that is going to boost your brain performance. While choline is important for brain development as well as the release of specific neurotransmitters like acetylcholine, is crucial for memory as well as muscle function. However, when I say the consumption of egg, I mean the whole egg, not just the egg whites, but the entire egg is what will ensure that you gain the maximum nutrients from consuming that egg. And so an alternative for those of you that are vegans or that are vegetarians that do not consume egg may be tofu. That is also rich in nutrition. It has proteins, it has those ions and fibers that you require. And so, you always look out for substitutes or alternatives that you can incorporate within your meal and not eliminate from kind of your meals. So, whenever you are planning for your meals or, you're planning for your diet, make sure that you're looking into how you could incorporate more food groups into your meal plans rather than to eliminate them. Lastly, to finish off is fish, which is dense in nutritional value, has omega-3 fatty acids, as well as having vitamin B12 and selenium. Again, a good alternative to fish would be flax seeds, which are rich in saturated fat, proteins, and fibers. Now, having discussed on kind of the food groups that you should consider incorporating within your diet, I wanted to just touch upon how your ideal meal should look like prior to your exam. Right, in preparation for your exam, and just before your exam, it's very important that you've had a good meal so that you're not feeling tired and lethargic, like I mentioned before in the beginning. Personally, for me, the best meal you could consume is to have slow-releasing carbohydrates like whole wheat bread, muesli, oats. Some form of protein would be good, like eggs, milks, yogurt, as well as incorporating omega-3 fatty acids, whether that is from nuts, seeds, plant oil, or fish. I'm not stating that you've got to incorporate all of these, but to have a couple of these in your meal would be great in order to ensure that you are gaining the maximum amount of nutrients that your brain would require to enhance your brain performance and for you to do well in your exam. So make sure that you are planning strategically of not only how to revise and how to study, but also how to keep your body and mind healthy during the process of preparing for your exam and when you give your exam, right? If you put it under a lot of strain and pressure, it ultimately will kind of reduce your brain function and your brain performance, and will limit you from performing your best. So in order to optimize your brain performance, it's very important that you're providing it with the correct nutrients and minerals that it requires. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you've been able to achieve something out of this video. If you have, guys, be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon right next to it to make sure that you're regularly updated. If you have any questions or queries, guys, like always, leave them in the comment section and I'll try my best to get around to answering as many as I can. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care, guys. Bye!